Henry waiting until class assembly to find out what Peter had written. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Horrid Henry checked to the right. Horrid Henry checked to the left. Mum was downstairs working on the computer. Dad was in the garden. Peter was playing at Goody Goody Gordon's house. At last, the coast was clear. He'd been trying to get hold of Peter's diary for days. There was no time to lose. Tomorrow was Peter's class assembly. Would he mention Sunday's food fight when Henry had been forced to throw soggy pasta at Peter? Or when Henry had to push Peter off the comfy black chair and pinch him? Or yesterday, when Henry banished him from the Purple Hand Club and Peter had run screaming to Mum? A lying, slimy worm like Peter would be sure to make it look like Henry was the villain, when in fact, Peter was always to blame. Even worse, what horrid lies had Peter been making up about him? People would read Peter's ravings and think they were true. When Henry was famous, books would be written about him, and someone would find Peter's diary and believe it. When things were written down, they had a horrible way of seeming to be true, even when they were big, fat lies. Henry sneaked into Peter's bedroom and shut the door. Now, where was that diary? Henry glanced at Peter's tidy desk. Peter kept it on the second shelf next to his crayons and trophies. The diary was gone. Rats! Peter must have hidden it. That little worm, thought Horrid Henry. Why on earth would he hide his diary? And where on earth would that smelly toad hide it? Behind his good-as-gold certificates? In the laundry basket? Underneath his stamp collection? He checked Peter's sock drawer. No diary. He checked Peter's underwear drawer. No diary. He peeked under Peter's pillow and under Peter's bed. Still no diary. OK, where would I hide a diary? Thought Horrid Henry desperately. Easy. I'd put it in a chest and bury it in the garden with a pirate curse on it. Somehow, he doubted Perfect Peter would be so clever. OK, thought Henry. If I were an ugly toad like him, where would I hide it? The bookcase. Of course. What better place to hide a book? Henry strolled over to Peter's bookcase, with all the books arranged neatly in alphabetical order. Aha! What was that sticking out between the Happy Nappy and the Hoppy Hippo? Gotcha, thought Horrid Henry, yanking the diary off the shelf. At last he would know Peter's secrets. He'd make him cross out all his lies if it was the last thing he did. Horrid Henry sat down and began to read. Monday. Today I drew a picture of my teacher, Miss Lovely. Miss Lovely gave me a gold star for reading. That's because I am the best reader in the class, and the best at maths, and the best at everything else. Tuesday. Today I said please and thank you 236 times. Wednesday. Today I ate all my vegetables. Thursday. Today I sharpened my pencils. I ate all my sprouts and had seconds. Friday. Today, I wrote a poem to my mummy. I love my mummy. I came out of her tummy. Her food is yummy. She is so scrummy. I love my mummy. Slowly, Horrid Henry closed Peter's diary. He knew Peter's diary would be bad, but never in his worst nightmares had he imagined anything this bad. Perfect Peter hadn't mentioned him once. Not once. You'd think I didn't even live in this house, thought Henry. He was outraged. How dare Peter not write about him? And then all the stupid things Peter had written. Henry's name would be mud when people heard Peter's diary in assembly and found out what a sad brother he had. Everyone would tease him. Horrid Henry would never live down the shame. Peter needed Henry's help, and he needed it fast. Horrid Henry grabbed a pencil and got to work. Monday. Today I drew a picture of my teacher, Miss Lovely. I drew her with peaky ears and a great big giant belly. Then I turned it into a dartboard. Miss Lovely gave me a gold star for reading. Miss Lovely is my worst teacher ever. She should really be called Miss Lumpy. Miss Dumpy Lumpy is what Gordon and I call her behind her back. Tee-hee! She'll never know. I am the best reader in the class, and the best at maths, and the best at everything else. Too bad I have smelly pants and knitty hair. That's more like it, thought Horrid Henry. Tuesday. Today I said please and thank you 236 times. Not. I called Mum a big blobby pants face. I called Dad a stinky fish. Then I played pirates with the world's greatest brother, Henry. I wish I were as clever as Henry, but I know that's impossible. Wednesday. Today I ate all my vegetables. Then I sneaked loads of sweets from the sweet jar and lied to Dad about it. I'm a very good liar. No one should ever believe a word I say. Henry gets the blame, but really everything is always my fault. Thursday. Today I sharpened my pencils. All the better to write rude notes. I ate all my sprouts and had seconds. Then threw up all over Mum. Ew! What a smell! I really am a smelly toad. I am so lucky to have a great brother like Henry. He is always so nice to me. Hip, hip, hooray for Henry! Friday. Today, I wrote a poem to my dummy. I love my dummy. It's my best chummy. It tastes so yummy. It is so scrummy. I love my dummy. Much better, thought Horrid Henry. Now that's what I call a diary.